everyone, and welcome to Danvers Daily. I'm Jack Spino, the Public Access Coordinator here, and I'm excited to tell you all football season and playoffs are here. And honestly, it is cold out, so bring a coat. Owen, welcome to Danvers Daily.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, we got an exciting game tomorrow, not at 2 p.m. now, at 11 a.m. Very early game for football. It's playoffs, Final Four, Division 5 MIAA. And it's between Danvers and Hanover at a neutral site, so at Weston. And Hanover's public access station will be live streaming it, and we'll be promoting that, so you can definitely watch. We made a post about it on our Instagram and Facebook, so it's there for you to watch if you can't make it.
Yeah, and we can also talk about this season as a whole, right? Like, when we talk about this football team, in the start of this season, in the beginning of this season, what do you think this team learned? I mean, like when you look at this team, right? So in the beginning of the season, they weren't a team that we thought would make the playoffs, essentially. Then they were finding more chemistry, being able to work together, and then now they're in the playoffs. So talk to me a little bit about like the beginning of their season from your perspective.
Well, the beginning of their first two games were on the road, and they played better at home. So once they started playing at home, building some confidence in that aspect, and then also they just trusted their other players. At first, it was all Gasanowski getting all the touches, and then they started mixing it up. And if you just give one player touches, it becomes obvious what you're doing. So they started mixing it up, getting other seniors involved, other players who was their last year, so getting them involved. And they just started throwing the ball more as well, so mixing up the offensive play calling, making it more tricky for the opposing defenses. So that's really exciting. And yeah, they've won 2 games in the playoffs so far against Blackstone Valley Tech. That was at home. And then Dedham on the road, and now they're playing a Hanover team that is undefeated. They haven't lost, and then they won their first game in the playoffs, 42-16.
Wow.
And their next one, I think it was 38-0 or 42-0, something like that. I'll have to double check. But they're a very dominant team, so it'll be a tough matchup for Danvers.
Well, it's definitely a tough matchup, but anything is possible. And if they work together and they find that groove that like they did at home, and they take it as it is a home game, it's kind of hard to say that because they're away. But if you look at it as, hey, listen, we're just going in here and we're going to play some really good football. And it starts with that. What do you think they need to do on Saturday to play really well against Hanover?
I mean, just realize that, this is an opportunity to go to Gillette if they win. So just keeping that in mind, obviously every playoff game is important, but this one, the reward, you win, you get to play at Gillette. Even if you lose in the championship game, if they were to make it, you get to play at Gillette if you win this game coming up. So just that motivation, you get to play at a professional football stadium, and I think probably on like actual TV as well. So I'm thinking it's like a lot of coverage. So there's lots of cool aspects in that. You're on the big stage if you make the championship. So that'll be cool.
Right.
I think it's that motivation.
There's a lot of surprises when it comes to winning, being able to move and play at Gillette. But the biggest thing is what's in front of you, and I think that's what Danvers needs to think about is what is in front of them. The opportunity to play at Gillette, but it's a game. It's a game of chess, and it's a game of trying to figure out this dominant Hanover team. Is it possible to beat them? The answer is yes, because anything's possible. So it really comes down to looking at how your defense plays, how your offense plays, and who you can move into the end zone to get you those touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, if they can let up 0 points again like they did last week against Dedham, which was they were on the road at Dedham in their last playoff game, so it was like similar records, but technically they were the underdog, and they didn't let Dedham score a single point. They actually had an interception late in the game. So if they can play that great defense, defense is going to win them this game because the other team's offense has been so dominant, Hanover's offense in the playoffs and all season long. They haven't lost a game, so it'll be tough.
It will definitely be tough, and we have the opportunity to actually cover the game. And what is it like for you to cover such a big game and film a big game like this for Danvers High School playoffs?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, like I said, we're not the ones live streaming it. It'll be Hanover's public access, but we get to record it, and we get to do our own kind of coverage of it later on and upload it later, pending restrictions from the MIAA. We get to upload it later, and they kind of partner with Hanover, which is fine, because I'm just glad that in general that I don't care who, I just wanted it to be live streamed so that people could watch. That's the most important thing to me. And then on my end, I think it's really exciting that I get to film it. Hopefully I get to commentate. It might be difficult if there's someone commentating right next to me, but we're gonna we'll get something done in post that will look nice. And regardless, Even if you're not interested in that, it's going to be live. So if you're really, really excited for it and you want to watch it live, that is an opportunity. And you can check out the post, like I said, that we made on Facebook and on Instagram. And the Danvers Football Instagram reposted it, and a bunch of players did as well. So really cool.
What are you most looking forward to for tomorrow's game, and who do you think will score first?
I'm thinking, I mean, obvious guess is like what? For Danvers scoring first, Owen Gasanowski. But maybe Michael Kasperzak will score first. He scored in the last playoff game, or he had an interception in the last playoff game. I don't know if he scored against Dedham to kind of seal the deal when Dedham was driving for their potential first score. So I think he'll get the first score and get things going, and then comes down to defense after that.
Right, absolutely. And we also are going to be doing the Thanksgiving Day game, as
Yes.
Thanksgiving is right around the corner. We won't have a Danvers Daily for you next week, so we hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a happy and healthy, and enjoy time with your family and friends. I'm Jax Pino.
I'm Owen Tambor.
And we'll see you next time. Look up for more information on the Thanksgiving Day game at Danvers High School. See you later, everybody.